All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh. We like to give double honors to our elders and apostles, our great millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect and 1/3. And Lord's will, this video, this epistle, this church will be edifying and exhorting to your sincere sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, HaKadosh. All right, can you get John 4 and 22? All right, we are the Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those scattered abroad according to the diaspora, which is prophesied in the Holy Scriptures. All right, and as it is said in Romans 8 and 16, if your spirit bears witness with this truth, which it says in Matthew 24 and 14, you know, you're an Israelite, okay? And we are in the end days. This is why Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, who you call God and who you know as Jesus, all right, has raised us up. Okay, like it says in Revelations 11. See, hey, call all Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Everything we're saying is filtered, you know, through this, you know. So we just come out in the spirit, you know, to edify, to exhort, and ultimately to be used by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to push, you know. So we can start with that, brother.
This is the book of St. John 4 and verse 22. It says, ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship.
Well, see, now we know what we worship. Okay, get John 14 and 26. He shall teach you. Because see, at one point in time, we also believed in what the majority of people believe in when it comes to the Bible. This is why you can't say the Bible without hearing religion after. You know, this is why you can't hear say God without thinking Christianity. You see what I mean? So, so we at one point too didn't know what we were worshiping, but now not having the lack of knowledge, all right, we're not destroyed with that ideology of that mindset. Okay.
St. John 14 and verse 26. But the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name,
see,
he shall teach you all things.
Yep.
And bring all things to your remembrance.
And this is why we're out here. This is that was the point, you know. This is why we're out here. This is unless you had some more, you saw anything, but this is why we're out here. This is why we're being moved, okay, in the spirit. This is why we're filtering everything through the scriptures. This is why when we speak, right in the back of our mind, scriptures, okay, are coming out. Like earlier, we just quoted a few of them, you know, because this is what our speech is based upon. You know, because when you look at something like Christianity, the main thing after they're done speaking, you have a Hebrew Israelite say what? Show me that in the Bible. And they say that because they know for a fact it's not in the Bible, because the Lord has put it in our spirit to read, continue to read and learn and teach and study with the Bible. Okay, because if we're coming out in any other way, then that means there's no light in us. Okay.
Back in St. John 4 and 22, and it says, we know what we worship.
See, we now know what we worship. We actually know that we're worshiping Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We actually know that there are 144,000 Israelite men, okay, that are reserved, preserved for salvation. Okay, we know that what this to be is now true, because the things that we say, the words that we speak, the knowledge that we have, okay, or the understanding that we keep, we know that it's based off of this. Okay, this is why you have discrepancies with Hebrew Israelites according to understanding. Okay, this is why some believe that the Sabbath is this, but there's not a discrepancy of them being Hebrew Israelites. There's more of a pushback with doctrine than nationality. They whether or not that, you know, they still know they're Israelites. You know, so this proves you can't do nothing against the truth before the truth, no matter what. No matter, even if you try to tear it down, all it's going to do is build it up that much more.
That's right.
And this is all signs of what? The end of days. As the end of days are approaching, we have a spirit to seek this and not man. You know, seek this and not transhumanism. You know, something more Esau gave us. We're in the future, and people are still relying on what Esau can give you. You know,
and it goes in the same. For salvation is of the Jews.
Right, and it says the Jews because at this time you had majority the southern kingdom in the Roman Empire, because under the Assyrians it was prophesied for the northern kingdom to flee into the land that we're standing on right now, into a land that no man dwelt. Okay, keep going.
Verse 23, but the hour cometh.
Here's the point.
And now is when the true worshipers
Yep.
shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
Yeah, see, we're in the true hour. We just were starting up, and I'm gonna say this too. The reason we're on a byway is so that the word can have free course. Okay, we're in the time now where we're not going out deliberately looking for a debate. We're not here to prove anything to any of these people. We understand that people are set up to be in gross darkness because we once were. Okay, so we just want to, Yahweh Shem Shai has put on our spirit where we just want to teach. We want to open the scriptures. We want to rely on the Holy Spirit, okay, and teach. You see? But read that again.
Yep. St. John 4:23. But the hour cometh. You want peppermint?
I'm gonna see if I got some spray.
St. John 4:23. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. And that's right now, because even though Jake that they're Israelites, but you have a elect remnant that's going to fully come back to the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai all around.
Yeah. Well, we can go to Thessalonians for that. Yep. That's why Paul was saying sanctified in the spirit. We could go into that after that if you want.
And it goes in to say, the Father in spirit and in truth.
Yeah.
It says
the Father. Yep. Keep going.
It says, for the Father seeketh such. Right. It says, for the Father seeketh such to worship him.
So the Lord, we're in the days now where the Lord is looking through in the earth and seeing who's seeking me. How are they seeking me? You see? So we're seeking Yahweh Shem Shai in spirit, Holy Spirit, and in truth, which the truth is Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Okay? You got something?
Quick precept.
Yep.
Going about the word seeketh. This is St. Jeremiah 5:1, and it says, run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, Israel, and see now, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if he can find a man, if there be any that execute judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it.
Yeah, and this is what the Lord is doing right now. He's showing within the grand awakening of things, okay, amongst Israel, he's showing you who is set up to hold the Bible, teach the Bible, and actually correct you to be in the right mindset as a Hebrew Israelite. Because a lot of our people, like it says in Jeremiah, they want smooth things. But then there's a remnant of our people that actually have a conscience, where they have a spirit where it's like, all right, I know this is gonna cut me, it's gonna feel uncomfortable, but I know the end of it is gonna be that much better. And that's you accepting the chastisement. A lot of our people don't want to be chastised by the Lord because it puts them in an uncomfortable position. But see, we're in captivity, which it was set up for us to be in uncomfortability because it's referred to as bitter. This is why at Passover, you eat the bitter herb, all right, to remember the bitterness of captivity. All right, this is why there's a spirit to rebuke Jake when they're always in the mirth. That's what it's about. Oh, what's wrong with them? Why they mad? You're too happy-go-lucky as if you're already in the kingdom. You're too caught up on the sweet and you don't want to accept bitter. Okay, now bitter comes when it comes. We're not telling you to go out and make yourself bitter, but understand that within this truth, there is a form of bitterness that comes and goes. Yep. Okay, that's all what this is about. Because we are standing where we're at, teaching where we're at, all because of it was prophesied to go into captivity for our disobedience. So we have to understand and accept the position we're in right now.
You want that Thessalonians?
Yeah, I want the sanctified in the spirit.
I got it right.
Yeah.
Yep. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians 2:13. It says, but we are bound to give thanks always to the Most High for you, brethren beloved of the Lord, because the Most High hath from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit.
Chosen you from the beginning. Okay. Now Israel will always set up to be to have salvation, but there was a small remnant, all right, that was predestined. That's why Yahweh Shai said there are some of you standing that shall not see death. Okay, because out of Israel being that chosen nation, with what we're going in, with prophecy happening, all right, the end of an age, all right, there's a prophecy where not all Israel's gonna make it to the promised land, as you would say, but they'll be in it when they get born back. But we're talking about the small remnant, okay, that was prophesied from the beginning to get this word, to understand it, and endure it to the end. So that cuts just telling the Israelite to come back to the law. You have to, that's why it says it's a true hour. Because you have to understand in the spirit that no matter what an elect man does, all right, he's going to be delivered. Now, elect man ain't going to take the mark. All right, the elect man is going to rehearse the righteous acts. All right, but ultimately, that elect man, and you also have elect women and children, but we're speaking about the 144,000 right now, right? But you have to understand that you're going to have elect men that are going to be in a spirit of doing things that are pleasing to the Lord. And that's going to be through faith and not just, I'm keeping the commandments, how am I sinning?
Right.
This is what the Spirit is expressing. That's why it says a man is saved by hope, okay? It didn't say the law, it says a man saved by hope. So you're hoping what you're doing is enough to what needs to be done so that you could be a part of the predestinated souls to be delivered. Because we understand that there's prophecy, major prophecy, that's gonna disrupt society, okay? Society as you know it is soon going to change drastically. This is what needs to be addressed. This is what needs to be talked about. This is what Hebrew Israelites should be focusing on, is the end. That's why I said Yahushua is the finisher. We need to be speaking about the end of everything. All right, I learned I'm an Israelite. What's next? All right, we got to live. The laws ain't done well. Okay, I can't keep besting my... Okay, what's next? All right, well, prophecy. Prophecy. Okay?
I got one you quoted.
Yep.
Well, actually, we can finish it real quick. Back in 2 Thessalonians 2:13, and it says, because the Most High have from the beginning chosen you to salvation.
And you got to have faith in that. You know, you got to hope in that. You got to actually hope. You got to believe. You got to believe what you hope for. You know, you got to actually believe what you hope for, because now you understand the destruction that's coming. You know, because this place is just set up to rock you back to sleep. You know, baby Jake has been rocked to sleep for hundreds of years, man. You know, it was spiritual. This is why you have an awakening. But even our people that have found out they're Israelites, they're not fully awake either. Oh, that's why it tells you in Romans 13, awake for the kingdom. Get that real quick and then finish that. And then we'll go back. We'll get 8 too.
This is the book of Romans 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now...
Well, do you know the time?
Right.
You have to know the time, you know? And that's bitter. You know, that's actually bitter too, because say you get a spot or a pocket of comfortability. Well, in the back of your mind, you should still be thinking like how the end's gonna come. You know, you got to come to a point in this truth where you have to tell yourself when, you know, okay, I know the end's coming, but right, I'm just right now I'm chilling. Yeah, I'm chilling, but you're not forgetting. Okay, you're not getting drunk. You know, you find a woman, you find something you like, but in the back of your mind, you still know what's going on.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? You're not drunken. You're not drunken in the flesh. You know, and that's the bitter part, because it's like, damn, my mind won't turn off. So you gotta maintain. You know, you gotta maintain. Your mind is being molded. Things are being changed. Your spirit is being renewed. Thoughts are coming to your mind that wouldn't before. You're conscious. You're awake. You've been rendered active. This is what this is. You know.
That's right.
This is why the folly is by choice and not routine. All right, I'm gonna choose to watch this folly right now.
Right.
But watching this isn't gonna keep me off my watch in the real of things.
Right.
You know.
That's right.
And the reality of things. You know. Hey, we face reality up here. That's why it says the Lord is near to a contrite spirit. You know, we actually face reality, issues, problems, things that want to be fixed. You know. That's why it says Yahushua was a man of grief and sorrow. Yep. You know, but we don't walk around to where you think that we're full of grief and sorrow. That's another thing you have to master too. You know, master your emotions. It says, be ye angry and sin not. Is it anger or sin? But you got to master those emotions, which is what? Ruling your spirit.
That's right. Romans 13 and verse 11, and it says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Yep.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
That reminds me of when Paul said, put away childish things. You know, hey, ain't nothing wrong with a good music, good singing, you know, dancing. Ain't nothing wrong with seeing a Israelite woman in modest apparel, but you've gotten drunken on that. You have people that are in the misconception of they've made it. You know, there was that nigga, we made it. You know, like nah, we ain't make it yet. Right. We're making it, but we ain't make it yet. This is what church is. This is what the Spirit is expressing. okay? Exhortation, correction, all right? This is the Lord keeping us on the up and up. We have to stay on the up and up. You know, right now the fires are still burning, but right now they're kindling. You know, the one thing is hushing the news.
Yep.
Magog's kind of fluttering.
Yep.
You know, but hey, get ready for some more, man. Get ready for some more turn up.
More LDs.
Yep. Get ready. This is why it says don't be asleep. Don't let your guard down here. You know, it makes me think of Thessalonians. The days are evil.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But get what you get. Get what you get.
St. Micah 2:10, it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest."
Right.
Real quick, if I can make a point, that's why Jacob, like, as soon as they find out, you know, that they're Israelites, you know, they be like, well, I guess that's it. But now it's more, and just like you said earlier, it's more of the, you know, knowing the laws and things of that nature, you know, prophecy and more prophetic events, you know, that's gonna happen, you know.
Well, they want to play house with the Bible.
Yep.
You know, they find out who they are. They find out, you know, their position as a Hebrew Israelite man. So they want to use that position with the Bible to back them up for fleshly gain. You know, we're not in here for that. We're using, as with my man Pastor X, the survival scrolls.
Yep.
All right, because we're surviving. Okay, you got everything going up. You got prices going up. You know, inflation at an all-time high and only increasing. All right, gas has become normalized as a damn near $5. Okay, things as you know it have changed already. Going back to prophecy changing society, things as you know it has already changed.
Yep.
So the basic black lifestyle that you've been conditioned to live can no longer be. You can't afford to go out and speed date, you know, because the standard is you pay for all the meals.
Yep.
while she gets to, you know, jump from this tree to that tree, you know, and you can't do that no more. We're in reality, okay? We ain't in a time of spending money for just pleasure and fun, okay? Because that's what Jakes like to do, you know, spend thousands of dollars at a bar. What? We're not in that time no more. We're not in that time. You know, never you should have been, but we're not in that time. Things are changing out here, okay? The Spirit has us locking in, understanding that we have to actually rebuke flesh and not just accept that we're in the flesh, fighting against it. That's why it says it's contrary one to another. Have you realized that your flesh and spirit are contrary one to another? Have you experienced that yet, where that thought, where you say, damn, I try, but this fucking flesh.
Right.
That's why Paul said, man, it's in me, man.
Yep.
Have you experienced certain thoughts that you know aren't you, and you're like, that's the flesh, that's Satan, that ain't me? See, those are things that you have to experience to understand the severity of what we're involved in, man. You know.
And it goes on to say, because it is polluted,
Yes.
it shall destroy you.
Yeah, and that's something that I actually had to learn myself, that there's more things wrong with this place than just the N-word. You know, that's what Esau did. He isolated, you know, one word of oppression to blanket the rest of reality. There's things bigger issues than hearing the N-word. Okay, you hear sirens in the background, poverty, minimum wage. You get minimum wage.
Minimum.
You know, there's a lot of things out here worse than the N-word. All right, but all Jake is caught up on that. And guess what? Who gave him that? Who gave you a platform that it was okay for you to cry as black people when something negative is referred to you? But you ain't offended at a scary movie. You ain't offended at the Wayans brothers. You know, you ain't offended at Tyler Perry.
Yep.
You know, you ain't offended at Disney. Right.
None of that.
You ain't offended that now only Black Lives Matter. I'm brown. You know, shit.
Jake not offended at Babylon itself.
Exactly. The pollution.
Yep.
Shit, y'all ain't offended that the poverty rate is at an all-time high? You're not offended at the Pacific Patch? You're not offended that there's bestiality? See what he's done? He's isolated your mind of being a judge. We're the judges. Can you get there real quick? What's that? Deuteronomy 6 and 4?
I got you. Yep.
You know, I know 7 and 6 you are chosen, but I think 6 and 4 is that this is a wisdom.
Oh, yeah.
You don't realize that the Esau has single-handedly taken the spirit of you as an Israelite man to be a judge. He's taken it out of your mind. And now you give it to the black woman. Now she's just the ultimate judge, you know?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 4. And it goes on to say, was it 4 and 6?
Yeah, I think it's 4 and 6.
Deuteronomy 4 and 6, and it says, it says, keep therefore and do them.
Let's see where we at. Start up. You start at 1. Yeah, just start at 1. Yep. This is church.
That's right.
This is church,
First
man.
intercession.
You know, this is what the Spirit is expressing to us. Hey, look, you don't need the glitch. You don't need the glamour. All right. Just water and plant. I'll give the increase.
That's right.
If you don't like what's being said, you don't. If this is not your cup of tea, we'll stop sipping it.
This is book of Deuteronomy 4 and verse 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live.
Hey, we're about living, man. We're not in the spirit of that commercialized suicidal life that you pronounce YOLO. Okay, we're here to live. Even my man Big Pun said that.
Yep.
You know what he said? He said, I lost 100 pounds. I want to live.
All right.
Hey, we want to live. Even though we're in this flesh, we don't want to live here, but we want to live in the spirit. That's why Paul says it's more needful that, I remain with you. And that's why he says in Ecclesiastes, better is a living dog than a dead lion.
Yep.
You know?
Right. Man. And it goes in to say, and go in and possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers giveth you.
And we're getting ready to do that again, but it won't be taken away this time. Daniel 7, they shall take the kingdom.
That's right.
Okay, keep going.
Verse 2, ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it.
And this is why what you know as Hebrew Israelites have been the most demonized, because we have a spirit to say the rawness. We were setting up, and you had a guy that perceived to be an Edomite. He had said, what are you doing? You about to have a speech? And I said, we just reading the Bible. And he said that he basically took a religious class in college, and all he could read was the Old Testament. You know what he said? Nothing but violence. So people don't like hearing the truth of the Bible, because to them it's violent. You know what I said? But I ain't say it in a snide manner. I didn't say it. I said it softly. I said the world is violent. He said, you got that right. You got that right. So hey, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Okay, this is why people look and they see the sign and they see Cesare Borgia with horns on. Oh, I gotta walk away. But you seeing
Transformer.
Right, you see a transformer walking around, teaching kids. There's no uneasiness. It's, oh man, rights.
That's crazy. This we're upside down to where we live in.
It's upside down and inside out.
And Deuteronomy 4 and 2, and it says, ye shall not add unto the word which I command you.
Which we don't do. And we have, the Lord put fear in us where we don't want to add to the word. We're not trying to add to the word to fulfill our pleasure. We're not trying to add in. We were talking about the other day how certain things will be said and we're like, oh, got to do that now. Got to do that. Hey, it says it. Like there's been times where we've been out and about and it was like news break. The apostles did a lesson and they were like, yo, today's to be referred as a Sabbath.
Yep.
Oh shit. And hey, all the plans we may have had, little things we might have wanted to do, we couldn't do them. Drop them.
And it goes in to say, it says, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you. And you got Jake doing that today.
Yeah.
You got wicked ass Jake, celebrating the Passover on different days.
Yeah.
Having sex on the Sabbath.
Yep.
Yep.
And read that line again, Baba Kashan.
Yep. It says that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your God.
And guess what?
Which I command you.
And guess what? There's more. Shalom, brother.
Shalom, bro.
There's more than 613 commandments. Okay? When Paul said I command you, that's law. Okay? You got to understand when something's said, that's law. Read that one more time.
Yep. Okay. And it goes in to say, Deuteronomy 4 and 2, that you may keep the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you.
Yeah, I command you. Okay? And this is being ushered through who? Moses. But you had other men that commanded you to do things too. Okay?
Verse 3,
we were commanded to be in season, out of season. Sorry, brother. We were commanded to be in season, out of season. Hey, Yahweh Shai brought new commandments. This new I write unto you. But you got Jake, man. They're idolizing the Torah. They're idolizing the law. you know, and that's what they did when Yahushua was on the scene. They tried to put the law over Yahushua. That's why I said, bro, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for Sabbath.
Right.
Calm your ass down, man.
Right.
You know, but hey, Jake has a worshiping spirit, a carnal worshiping spirit. They worship the ephod, they worship the brass serpent, you know, worship golden calves, all types of stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
They like to worship things that they can see.
Tangible things.
Yep.
Verse Deuteronomy 4:3, it says, your eyes have seen what the Lord did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that follow Baal Peor, the Lord thy God hath destroyed them from among you. But ye...
Hey, so that shows you, if there's something that's getting in the way of you serving the Lord, he's going to take it away. That's why hey, man, anything could be made into an idol. A job could be an idol. Money, you know, a woman, okay? Thoughts, certain things that you put, you know, alcohol, herbs, certain things. That's why there was that one king, he had the foot issue, and he put the herb over the Most High, and the Most High took him out. So when we take stuff, hey, I'm blessing in the name of the Lord. That's why when you see, like, going back the point of commandment, when Paul, which if it be the Lord's will, we're going to go to 2 Thessalonians 3. He said, I command you in the name of Yahushua and Mashiach. So if there's something, if there's an order being put out in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, that's a law. That's law. If it's pertaining to the ministry, if it's pertaining to the congregation, if it's pertaining to help this grow in the spirit, that's all that goes into, you know?
Verse...
We're going to have new laws in the kingdom. We're going to have new high holy days. At a certain hour, at a certain day of a certain month of a certain year is going to be a new high holy day for when Babylon's destroyed.
Right.
Angel said, Babylon has fallen. It's fallen. Just like Hanukkah. At a certain hour of a certain day of a certain month of a certain year, an event took place which led to reverencing the feast of dedication of Hanukkah, of defeating the Greeks and getting the temple back. See? So, hey, man, that's why we're just rehearsing right now. There's going to be new things, okay?
Back in Deuteronomy 4 and verse 4.
Oh, didn't Yahushua say, this new I write unto you?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, you know? See?
Deuteronomy 4 and verse 4. But ye that did cleave unto the Lord your God are alive, every one of you this day.
See? We're alive now. Right. We're alive because we're cleaving to Yahweh Shem Shai. We're cleaving like Peter did in the water, reaching for Yahushua. You know? This is it. This is it. There's no other power. There's no other avenue that we're trying to walk down. Okay? No other way. There's no other way. Okay? Because if you go the other way, it's going to be to your demise.
That's right.
When Neo got offered to leave the door, to walk out the car, Trinity said, "You know it's down that road." And if you like movies like we do, you know, we say in the spirit, if he would have walked through that door, that's would have been John Wick. You know, the nigga went on a murder spree because of a kill of his dog. There's more of an issue than the dog.
Yep.
But the point is, he wasn't complete.
Right.
But then when he didn't, okay, he took that leap of faith. Look what happened. He became awoke. He became the one.
Neo knew.
Right, new. He became new. That's what we're here to do. We're here to become new. We're here becoming new. The outward man perished, but the inward man is renewed day by day. And there's a lot of work to renew something. If you're in construction, they call it renovation, refurbishing, you know, like appliances, and then did I say renovating?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, renovation, refurbishing, you know, that's when you remodeling.
Yeah, that's where you
back.
Yep.
You're back. You're bringing something back to life, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of polish. You know, it's a lot of sweat. Oh, that's why the Lord said, with work, and what's that in Esdras? He said, with great work I've labored. Let's grab that really, really fast. See, we're getting points that the Spirit is making, okay, while initialing the lesson. That's why Elder Pastor Hart said there's lessons within lessons. Right up in, I think it's 8, isn't it? Is it 8, Marar, or are you right?
9 and 20.
Oh, you right. You were right. Yep.
I
was start at 20.
All right. Second Esdras 9 and verse 20, it says, so I considered the world.
Oh, well, let me say this. Like the brother Marar said, no other way. Like right now, we're relying on the Lord through the Holy Spirit to teach. There's no other way we could come out here and teach.
Right.
I mean, you could write something down. You could